Hey Stinks, thank you so much for joining us first of all. But before you sit with us at the wet bench, we just wanted to say that this show is intended for an adult audience. Although it's a light-hearted and relaxed show, it contains very strong language, strong sex references, and will occasionally cover some very sensitive topics. Please always check the episode descriptions for detailed content warnings and time codes for those sections if you wish to skip them, so you can enjoy your time with us in a way that's best for you. Enjoy! I'm so ready. Hiya, I'm Owen.
And I'm Bret.
And, I just want to say thank you for sitting on our wet bench.
Thank you for sitting on our wet bench. And apologies for taking a week off. I was dying.
No, he's not. Take that apology back now.
Okay.
Take it back.
Okay, first of all, I take it back.
Thank
Second
you.
of all, I want to apologize for on our Instagram, you making it sound like I had scarlet fucking fever. Because Karen, friend of the show, Karen, who I work with, she was like, oh, like I saw you were ill. And I was like,
Yeah.
I had a chest infection and I was extremely tired and I had some very bad hay fever. It was a collection of small things that just kind of ran me for like 3 days. To be fair.
He's doing so well.
Oh my God.
So well. So nasty and so rude.
That was
So
unrelated.
Yeah. So yeah, he was ill and he was like, we need to record and we need to edit.
Yeah, I was like half lucid and I was like, we need to record something today.
And I said to him,
we need to schedule.
it's not fucking happening. And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, girl, you're ill. Like we're not fucking doing that. Well, you're ill. I was like, I'm not letting you overrun yourself. And he was like, yeah, but I could like probably smash it out. And I'm like, okay, so you're dying, you're sick, and you're gonna absolutely run your body down to the fucking ground. No, we're not doing that. You're stupid. I love you.
I've never done that before. That's not a cycle of behavior that I'm stuck in. It's not, I promise. I hope you had a nice week. Without us. Honestly, it was quite nice because quite a few people were like, I'm gonna miss you guys this week.
Oh,
which is really
I didn't get any of that.
Did you not?
No.
Oh, okay. Just me. It's just people at work. Quite a few people at work now are just like, but I've been there for ages.
Well,
It's a very, very tight-knit little community.
For starters, my best friend and one of my co-workers don't watch this, so I've got no one to talk about it with besides my cousin Sydney.
Hi, Sydney. Friend of the show, Sydney.
Not friend of the show, family of the show. She my girl.
And cousin.
She's
named after Sydney from Scream, if you're wondering.
Yes! I asked her and she was like, oh, yeah, I'm named after like Sydney from Scream. And I was like, oh, okay, work. And then I watched the movies later on and I was like, honestly, baller fucking move. Work. But yeah, Sydney,
not for Scream 7.
No.
Disappointed in you, Neve Campbell.
No, I think
anyway.
we all are. But Sydney, hold up, everyone, hold up. Sydney,
Yawn.
Thank you. Big stretch. Sydney, best friend. Like she's the exact same age. Well, not the exact same age as me. I'm a little bit older, even though she's a lot more smarter and mature than I am.
Isn't she like 19?
No, bitch. We were in the same year in school.
Oh, in my brain, she's been, even though I've known you for like well over 2 years, like 2.5 years, in my brain, she's been 19 the whole time. I have no idea why.
No, she's 21 as well. No, actually.
And like, I'm pretty sure you were like, oh, it's Sydney's birthday today on whatever day Sydney's birthday. When's Sydney's birthday?
I only know my birthday and your birthday and
Oh,
Alana's. I
shit
don't know
then.
anybody else's birthday.
Sorry, Sydney.
I still love her, but yeah.
Not best friends after all.
I
I remember you turning around to me one day and being like, oh my God, it's Sydney's birthday. And I'm like, oh, 19 again. Like in my brain, I don't know why. Sydney, you're just 19 to me.
She's in a loop. But no, like me and Sydney, Bezzy mates. We had completely different friend groups, but like, Bezzy mates. Love her. Best part of my family, hands down. And I know my sisters. I know they're going to be watching this right now and being like, oh my God, what about us? Sydney. Thank you. Fucking shut your mouths. But in secondary, everyone else calls it high school. I call it secondary and I'm keeping it that way.
Mind you, my school was actually actively called a high school. That's the only reason I call it high school, is because when people asked me where I went, I was like, place name, high school.
Ours was called an academy. And now they've got security guards for drug deals.
Okay, I can one-up you there. I can actually one-up you there.
Okay.
So first of all, a police officer had an office at my high school.
Okay, fair enough.
He was there every day. Every day that man was there. I never saw him do anything, but I suppose it all happened behind doors. Second of all...
When has a police officer ever done anything?
Second of all, my high school was basically known as like an arts high school. Like, it was a very arts-focused high school. That's not why I went there. I, like every other kid in this country, went to whatever school was closest to me, and whatever one offered a bus route to my back arse of nowhere house. It basically abandoned being an arts school to shove all of its funding into other subjects in an attempt to become an academy, and it didn't meet the requirements. So yours might have like had drug deals and stuff. Mine had a on-site police officer. I don't know if drug deals were happening. They probably were, because it's a British high school.
Yeah.
I didn't know about them because I was Pollyanna. But yeah, so yours might have had that, but mine had a police officer and didn't even qualify to be an academy.
That is so embarrassing.
And to this day, it is still a high school and not an academy or a secondary.
Mine's still an academy. But yeah, Sydney. The story I wanted to say was, some people out here are going to be like, that's fucking weird. And it was, but I still think it's funny. So people were in two minds about me. I wasn't out yet. So they were like, Owen's gay, batty boy. And I didn't even know what that was until I asked my dad, and they were like, oh, they're calling you gay. And I was like, I just thought it was like a Battenberg.
Love Battenberg.
Boy.
Love Battenberg.
But I love how great it is.
Kind of the best cake. It's the almond. Yeah, it's the almond in it.
I feel like an almond mom. I'm eating a cake, but I'm like, almond.
I used to go to Shake every week. You know Shake? Where you get like, they're like,
yeah, bitch, I've
shakes.
gotten a milkshake from them.
And they, obviously this is way before I was vegan. I was like 14. And I used to get an extra large shake. It used to cost like £5. It's probably like 10 now.
Oh, no, it is.
And I used to get like an extra large one. It used to last me like 2 days. Because I used to take it home and put it in the fridge. Because it was too much. It was too much for my little tummy.
Oh, I had an hour and I finished it.
Oh, that's too much.
I can eat an entire tub of Ben and Jerry's in an hour. I had 2 tubs of Ben and Jerry's within a week once.
I have one in the freezer and it's lasted me maybe 2 weeks. Because I've been like nibbling at it because I can't have too much. Anyway, I used to go there and I used to get a Battenberg shake where they literally just lob off a bunch of Battenberg and put it in a milkshake. And I was like, you guys, that's like some galaxy brain shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of both ends of the spectrum. It's like genius, but also absolute gutter. Yeah. Like it's both. And it used to be, to be honest, it probably still is top tier fucking food. But I've to this day not been able to find a vegan Battenberg cake to the point where I might make one now that we're talking about it.
That'd be nice.
I might try and make one. I have a feeling it would probably be quite challenging because obviously the whole cross section thing, different colours.
Oh no, that's easy as fuck.
Have you made Battenberg?
No, but it's so easy.
You said that about starting a podcast.
And now I don't do anything but sit and talk. And yet you're the fan favourite.
I'm not the fan favourite.
We say that as if all the people that are watching this are people that we know.
I do love the idea of one day it getting out of hand and this actually becoming known somehow. And I love the idea of people having camps of who they think is hotter.
If someone ever makes a fan cam of me...
Do you want me to make a fan cam of you?
No, bitch.
You can make a fan cam of you.
No.
It's the one part of the editing you can do.
No, the entire topic of this episode is to do with concerts, concert etiquette and stuff like that. And oh, fucking boy, do I have a story about fan cams later. Oh, still gets me to this day. But the story I wanted to get out before we move on
Sydney one
is people were in two minds. They were like, he's either gay or he's dating Sydney. And they didn't know we were cousins, or they did. And I'd rock up to her outside of our lesson, because obviously I'd line up outside. And I was like, hey, babe. And she was like, Owen, stop. Like, people think
You weirdo.
they're convinced we're dating. And then people would come up and be like, are you two dating? I thought you were gay. And then I'd go, oh no, we're dating.
I love how they didn't jump to, I thought you were cousins.
No,
They
always
jumped,
gay.
They jumped to, I thought you were gay.
And then Sydney would be like, we're cousins. And I'd be like, no, we're not. We've been dating for like 3 years.
You're the worst.
I loved it because she fucking hated it. And then later on, I was obviously like, I'm gay. And they were like, oh, yeah, we knew. And I was like, but you thought I was dating my cousin? Work.
You know those improvisation nights where they ask an audience for a prompt?
Steven!
You're living one of those all the time.
No, I am.
You're living off of everyone else's prompts, and you are in a constant state of improvisation.
And no one asked.
No one asked. You didn't ask. You're kind of asking.
I'm giving.
You're asking the world.
I don't ask, I give.
And as well as that, I just want to point out that I think it's quite homophobic that you would rather think that you were dating your cousin than you were dating men.
I was getting groomed.
Have you solved all of your internal homophobia?
Would I rather be
haven't.
dating my same age cousin or talking to a 40-year-old man? I'll
The
let you answer that.
The
out.
answer was both.
This is Bret's episode now. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the topic because we're getting to 11 minutes.
I'm not.
So first of all, I'd like to thank the sponsor of this episode,
Hello Fresh.
Katy Perry. I'd like to thank Katy Perry for releasing the song of the century, either yesterday or today, which shows how much I've enjoyed it. It has been on non-stop. I cannot stop listening to it. The messages resonate with me so deeply.
So strong. Oh, she's sweet, but she's psycho. So left, but she's right, though. How did that line eat more than Katy Perry's music?
I want to congratulate Katy Perry on reaching a new, deeper, darker level of garbage. And just honestly, getting her trowel, getting right on her hands and knees, and digging around in the dirt for whatever the fuck she can snivel up. It's absolutely garbage. In a year where women have been releasing some of the best music I've ever heard.
Where women have been releasing the beasts.
No, like in the same year that Chapel Roan came out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
The same year where Sabrina Carpenter has fucking skyrocketed on a song that she didn't even think was gonna do well. In the same year that Charlie released yet somehow her best album, despite releasing 4 fantastic albums before that.
Olivia Rodrigo, you might have stepped down a bit, but we still appreciate the Guts tour.
We still appreciate the Guts tour.
And
I appreciate everything that she's been doing with the condoms.
What?
She was like giving out condoms at her shows.
Work.
And well, no, hang on, was it condoms? It was some sort of sexual health product. I can't remember what
she
it
was
now.
giving out PrEP.
No, I think it was condoms. And all of the old American people got really mad at her because they were like, she's encouraging underage sex. And first of all,
she's an adult.
Shut up.
Don't take your kid to an adult show. She's swearing in it.
And also, it's just kind of like the day when everyone just kind of like accepts that every teenager is doing stuff teenagers shouldn't, the world will be better.
Yeah.
Because then you'll be able to handle it properly. You're not going to know how to solve a problem unless you acknowledge it as a problem.
Do you know what's funny?
I'd love to. That was mean. I'd love to. I've been trying to do that more. I'm trying out different tones of voice.
He did about 5 earlier.
I did about 5. I can't remember what it was.
Oh, neither do I. But you was like,
sometimes he'll do something nice to me. I'm like, thank you, and then I'll be like, thank you, thank you, thank you, and then I'll settle on one, and he's looking at me like, I'm
like, what were we talking about? But what the fuck was I talking about? Now you've lost my track. Where's my track? Hi.
Well, I was on Katy Perry. I'm still slightly not off Katy Perry. I'm gonna circle back.
No, wait. Yeah, go on. I've lost my thought now.
All right,
You ruined
okay.
it for everyone.
Sorry, everyone. Anyway, I hate Katy Perry. So, first of all, we need to address the elephant in the room. Why the hell would you think that releasing a song about 2010 feminism and have, first of all, 4 male writers on it, two female writers, one of them being Katy Perry, one of them being someone else, I don't know. I was doing some Wikipedia diving today because I do research before filming my podcast episodes. And 4 male writers, 3 male producers, one of which is Dr. Luke. Why would you be doing that?
Why Dr. Luke?
Why Dr. Luke?
Die.
Why would you? First of all, he's like very mediocre producer.
Yeah.
In a world where Pink Pantheress is making music on a phone and it sounds better than what anyone else is making.
Mosquito. Oh.
Dude,
the instrumentals on that.
There are like Grimes made her first album on GarageBand, and it sounds what?
GarageBand. Garage.
GarageBand.
Bath. Paw.
GarageBand. But my point is that
Ross.
the resources are out there, and I'm not going to pretend that Katy Perry doesn't have the money. Although maybe she doesn't, and maybe that's what this is.
It's
really
probably
about.
why she sold her songs.
She did sell her songs for not that much, considering
But
what
do you
those
know
songs were.
Something that like really interests me, and I said this to Bret the other day, when it comes to the whole Katy Perry situation, like first off, I'm pretty sure like both of them were like buddies, Katy Perry and Kesha at some point, but finding out that he's unfortunately not convicted rapist and you know assaulter,
legally alleged, but we're putting some pretty big fucking quotation marks on that because first of all, believe women, and and Kesha all the way because Joyride is a fucking banger.
Something that's interesting about it is that it's mainly the fruits, the gay men that are like, oh my god, serve, work, like we needed fun songs, and then obviously back to like Chappell Roan and Sabrina Carpenter, but
it's not a fun song.
It's not a fun song.
It's really
Joyride
bad.
is.
Joyride's
until you make it
fun
purr.
as
Keep
hell.
Keep it, I come first.
But that's because Kesha's fun.
No, she is.
Like Kesha can't not make a bop.
Too.
Like I mean, obviously she made It's Dead. No, that is dead.
Oh, okay. Well, as I was saying, I'm going to finish my sentence.
Oh, okay.
First off, crotch. Okay. The gays that are going to be like, oh my god, support Palestine over Israel, and also yes, and then turn around and say,
do the bare minimum.
I really like Katy Perry's music and Kesha's a flop. It's like they're not the same. But do you see how your moral compass is like really off with that? Like, I'm not going to support a genocide, but on the flip side, and like, you know, what are we, like a first world?
This is we're living
like,
in the first
living
world.
in the first world, and then being like, oh my god, yeah, but like a woman that is actively working with a alleged abuser, like a really nasty abuser, like, oh my god, her music slays more, and then going onto Kesha's page,
it's crazy,
ramming it in her comments and getting a camera in her face and being like, oh my god, Dr. Luke, and also like Katy Perry's song slaps more than yours. It's like, shut the fuck up, you're a terrible fucking person. Like, you can listen to it, and if you think it's fun, that's fine, but also you're probably like Dance Monkey. It's just gross. Like, girl, why you're going to be in the comments being like, oh my god, support women, and then you're going to support Katy Perry in what she's just done?
Well, the thing is, it's like, it's not only just garbage. It's morally, of course, it is garbage. There's nothing really not garbage about it. I mean, it was produced entirely by men and written vastly mostly by men. And first of all, it took 6 writers to write that.
Sexy, confident, so intelligent.
It took 6 writers to write a song that before it fully got released, people were questioning whether or not it was AI. it took 6 writers, and God knows how much like wasted money and wasted time in a studio that I could have used to make something better by myself for free. Like, it's crazy.
Listen to the Sleepy Time
It's
jingle.
crazy. I like I'm not like over here tooting my own horn, but I have made better music than Katy Perry's song in about an afternoon. It doesn't take that much, to the point where I'm just like, I'm flabbergasted. It's as if she analyzed a bunch of garbage and said, I'm gonna make the most garbage. Like, it actually, like, it doesn't compute in my brain. It's the only song that I've heard that I've turned to Owen and I said, I'd rather be listening to Taylor Swift right now.
And honestly, coming from
and
him, that was a lot.
I would never devote a single moment of my time to Taylor Swift.
I just want to say as well, when it comes to music, your turn.
It was a cough.
So when it comes to like Spotify and Taylor Swift's music, I love nothing more than seeing like the top 6 tracks in the UK. Taylor Swift's not on them. The top 6 albums in the UK, over half of them are Taylor Swift, and I'm like, I don't know, something's just like not adding up. Like, I think it's a bit silly. If you like Taylor Swift,
you deserve better.
What are you doing?
You deserve better.
What are you doing?
I have made a vow to not get into it on the podcast.
Oh no! You didn't make a vow.
vow.
I actively told you weren't
I know.
getting into it.
I was kind of on board with the idea of getting into it, but there have been people in my life that that have told me I should keep that to myself for the safety of myself and my loved ones on the internet, because there are several fights that I am more than welcome to pick.
I'd just like to keep our private address private. You know?
But yeah, I'm not looking to get doxxed. But I will just say, you deserve more than Taylor Swift, and there's better than Taylor Swift.
There's millions of artists out there. That white rich lady doesn't need any more of you.
That white rich lady doesn't need any more of you.
And her rich white cult as well.
I know, it's crazy.
I finna be in the pit.
Lining up and security is taking all of their Stanley mugs away as they walk in. Was that me? Am I a mean gay?
No, that's a little too good.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. And they're all going, adieu.
Everyone sat at home like, that wasn't even funny. And I'm like, well, you're not in the room with us.
No, I know.
The humour's there.
But
God, I'm tired.
Anyway, speaking of security, let's talk about gigs. We've got a few minutes.
Have we? Okay. I've been to a gig.
He has been to a gig. You haven't been to that many gigs. I've been to tons, but you haven't been to that many.
Can I list off the people I've seen?
Sure. You've seen Melanie.
Hold on.
Okay.
Panic at the Disco. I don't know how, but they found me. One of the guys that used to be on Panic at the Disco made
That's
his own
another band?
Yeah, that's another band. I don't know how, but they found me.
I thought that was an unrelated sentence, to be perfectly honest.
It's an interesting name. They've got some really good songs.
Okay.
They were really good live as well. Melanie Martinez.
Felony Fartinez, more like.
You can't make fun of a Latina woman's name. Moving on. And then...
I'm not making fun of a Latino woman's name. I'm making fun of Melanie Martinez.
I mean, to be fair, those candle prices really did shoot me over the edge.
65.
I think they were more. I think they were more than that.
For a candle.
For a candle. A little bit of ceramics. Yeah, the box was cute, but like... if you're going to make a statue, make a statue. like... like, I'm not being funny, but like...
Headline. If you're gonna make a statue, make a statue.
No, but like the thing is,
if you're going to make a monument to last the tides of time, just make it. It doesn't have to have wax in it.
At her like trilogy tour, if you get the VIP pass, which also like, it's not really a point. You do get these like figures from like the Crybaby, K through 12, love that album, and then the Portals like eras, and that's really cool. Sell those.
You just sell them.
I was gonna say, so why are you selling like 60 to 70 quid candles that are in a box?
Everyone else is selling them on anyway.
Yeah, like it's already like I don't know. It's just not really a talking piece or a collection piece, because for the price of it and for how much candle there is, A, it's not worth it. B, the scent's gonna go away. C, a lot of them have come up damaged, and D, the actual ceramic of it isn't that interesting. So what is the 70 quid for? Like, I'm not going to indulge in all these arguments about, like, oh my God, if you don't want it, then don't pay for it. I don't give a fuck. But, like, bit silly. You could put that money into so many better things.
Honestly, merch is kind of a whole thing of its own that I have quite a lot of issues. Very, very few artists I find actually do the merch thing right. Like, if you're just going to, like, put your face and your name on a t-shirt, that's not interesting enough.
Can I say something controversial yet brave?
I'd love you to.
The Brat merch is a bit too expensive for what it is.
I haven't seen it.
It's basically just the album cover just like slapped on a shirt, and it's like 40 quid. I just don't know. But someone did say she really did miss out on an opportunity to put it on a jockstrap. But also, imagine putting that on a jockstrap and then all proceedings going to charity.
Is that where all the proceedings of her merch are going?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't done the fucking research. I've just
seen
where
the price. Did charity come from?
No, someone said she would have profited a lot. Jockstrap.
Right.
So I'm saying if she made a Brat jockstrap for like Pride Month, and then all the money that came from the jockstrap, come on, go boys, got sent to like a queer charity. Like, that would be so nice.
Oh, yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah, come on, Charlie. Let me be your marketing team.
Okay, I understand what you meant by that sentence now that you've expanded upon it. I mean, I haven't seen the Brat merch yet.
Well, how about you say what gigs you've been to, and then we'll do a mini break, and then we'll actually get into it.
Well, here's the thing. I have been to at least 50.
Okay, so the notable ones.
So, I mean, the most notable ones is Godspeed You Black Emperor, an event which changed my life, was seeing them live. I have seen Swans. The only gig that we've been to together was when we saw Swans live. Again, just to be in the same room as Michael Gira changed my life. That's an example of merch done right. Not the post on my t-shirt.
Oh.
Public castration should be, yeah.
Public castration is a good idea.
I'll wear it in the second half of the episode, and you can see the t-shirt. But other notable ones, I mean the best gigs I went to were like tiny ones where like extreme metal bands came to really small venues in Norwich. Like bands like when I was 14 or so, I went and saw Dying Fetus with about 30 other people. And it's like the most guttural death metal you've ever heard before. But I really like death metal. And I went there. And
I do kind of love that name.
It was me and like a couple of other people my age, but mostly like middle-aged men. And we were all just beating each other up to death metal.
And how old were you again?
I was 14 or 15. 14 was the legal age that you could go to gigs at the venue that I always went at. And literally the second I turned 14, I went to a gig. My first gig was unfortunately Asking Alexandria.
I don't know what that means.
To the people who know Asking Alexandria, you will know that that's a really embarrassing thing to admit.
Oh.
They were a huge like metalcore band during the day. Anyway, yeah, I've been to many gigs, and I know that was the tap. But I've been to many gigs, because I started going very young. I also went like even younger to like massive gigs with my parents, to like bigger shows as well. So I've had like gigging. Gigging's been in the blood. But I will have a think about the other gigs that I have been to that have been important, because there's for sure more. But before that, we will take a short break and we will see you in a moment. Cough, cough, cough.
Hi friends!
Welcome back.
We've both got our, well, technically torn shirts on. So this is my Trixie Mattel tour shirt. I'll show you the back as well. Hold on. For the people that are listening, Brett, I'm going to need you to read the back because I forgot which tour this was.
Okay.
So this is the front. It's got like all these
Bold
different
of you to
like
think you could read it anyway.
hairstyles. It's got all of these different
You carry on.
No, you're going to talk about your shirt.
Okay. So, mine says, public castration is a good idea. It's the Swan shirt, and it is a it's a reference. It's a reference to one of the earlier EPs.
Yep.
Which I think is a live recording. I think it's a mixture of live recordings and stuff. Anyway, it says public castration is a good idea. By the way, they are an extremely left-wing band, from my understanding. Anyway, but they are just very much like anarchy. So, and they don't like the basically the people that they're saying should. They're very eat the rich. I'm going to leave it there. Do you want me to read the back of your shirt?
No, we're past that now.
Let me read the back of your shirt.
Moving on.
Let me read the back of your shirt.
Shut up. First gig I ever went to was in fact Panic at the Disco.
How old were you?
Ooh. I think I was like 14 maybe.
14?
Yeah, so I was still friends with that person. Names will never be named.
Especially not that person.
No. So me and her were like, okay, we would really love to see Panic at the Disco.
Because you were a fan.
Oh, bitch, I was obsessed with Brendan Urie.
You were
Loved
a
him.
fan.
Love Pink.
Love Pink. Can you cut all that out? What do you think of Pink? Love Pink.
Love Pink.
I think she's a bad seed on this earth. No, that was too much. I love you, Thorgy. I love you.
When this drink makes it all the way to the back of the plane, the ice would have melted. So take this from your reigning queen in seat 1A. Bitch. Cantankerous bitch. Ding dong.
I'm so glad that whatever happened in season 8 didn't stop Thorgy and Bob being friends.
No, I
because
know.
the show that they made together was it was there's a lot of Drag Race recap shows. Theirs was the only one that after I stopped watching Drag Race, I continued watching it for a while.
They're funny.
Until I burnt out on Drag Race.
So Panic at the Disco. So I was absolutely obsessed. My friend that I made friends with it in year 8, even though we were in the same tutor in year 7. Me and her had an interesting history, but this other friend. So we were like, okay, we're really into Panic at the Disco. I had all of their albums, and a really sweet story is, even though me and my dad are usually neck and neck, at each other's necks. It's not a competition.
Neck and neck.
Yeah, I was going to say that's usually for like a race. So anyways, when he'd go on drives, because he's like a kitchen installations manager and did like joinery and stuff, he'd be like, oh, and do you want to like...
He was like trekking.
Oh, girl, he was all over the place. The mileage on his car, So he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm going all the way to Harrogate. I'm going to like London, Glasgow. I didn't go to London or Glasgow, but he went all around the country.
London, Paris, New York, Disco.
Uptown, downtown, Rio, Singapore. Don't you know, bitch, I'm from Chicago. Turn to the left, Miss Kilimanjaro. Greens everywhere, everywhere. But I forgot it's bitch of every day. She's a new bitch, ass almighty. So I'd put the...
Big girls, this do include you.
Now twirl! Mama, they want me to twirl. Drag queens run the world. So, I'd bring my Panic at the Disco CDs in the car, and me and my...
I'm so sorry. Please carry on your story. Please carry on your story.
Can I have a single story this episode?
I'm actively trying to.
Okay, you're going to be silent for the next minute.
Okay.
You're such a dick.
Okay, I will just point out that the only times I've interrupted you has been mostly to cough. And it's been an accident.
Okay.
I'm sorry for the t-shirt thing, though. I feel mean about it.
That's okay. Apologise to the camera, not me.
Why? What did they miss out on?
The back of the shirt. Anyways,
the people listening to this as a podcast are like, what?
Like, what shirt? It's pink. It's a Trixie Mattel
Love
tour
pink.
shirt. Love pink.
We're just going to be in a cycle now.
No, we are. So I'd bring my Panic at the Disco CDs in the car, and that was like me and my dad's like one bonding thing.
Aww.
Where we'd usually it'd be Vices and Virtues, which is such a good album. I'm so sorry, but if you listen to Panic at the Disco and Vices and Virtues, or like even the earlier ones before that aren't your favourites, there's something fucking wrong with you. Even though I came...
You've pretty much always said that Vices and Virtues is your favourite.
Oh my God, best album.
Because I've asked you a few times, and you always sit there and you're like, but then you always say Vices and Virtues.
Always Vices and Virtues. That is like... out of Panic at the Disco's discography. But... I'd play that in the car and we'd just sit and we'd listen to that whole hour, and that'd be really nice. It'd be really fun. And Death of a Bachelor, that was always a fan favourite, because that was the one that I came in on, because the first song I ever heard by him, well, technically was Ready to Go on the Smurfs movie, but then a few years later I found out it was him, and I was like, oh my God, Slay, callback. And I'd listen to Emperor's New Clothes. The music video for that was so fucking cool. But yeah, and then me and my friend was like, oh, we really want to see him live. So then I was on his website thing, and it was like, you get pre-order tickets. So then I was having a shower at her house, because I used to basically just live with her. So sad that ended, but also don't be a cunt.
Yeah.
Thank you. So then I was like in the shower, and I was like, okay, the pre-order tickets, let's get them. And because so many people flooded the site, it ended and we couldn't get them. But then her mum came around and was like, oh my God, I got you guys resale tickets, all the way at the back. I was stodgy. So we could have gotten some really good seats. And then she was like, oh yeah, I got some like ridiculously expensive ones. There were cheaper options with better seats, and she got us the most expensive tickets at the back of the fucking... No, she was a bitch.
Oh.
So sorry. I know that, like, she was a fucking horrible woman.
Oh, she wasn't, like, meaning well?
No, she never did.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Terrible person.
Sorry. In my brain, it was like, oh, I got you some, and she just, like, didn't know how the seat layout worked.
No.
In my brain, it was, like, innocent, like, I know you really wanted to go, so I've done this.
A spiteful woman.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Girl. Oh, sorry. My God. Being in her vicinity, life drained out of you.
Oh, bless.
Oh my God, you thought I was walking on eggshells around my dad? Bitch, be around her mom. Fucking goddamn. Anyways,
I pretty much only had good adults in my life. I'm so sorry, dude.
I don't think I've had a single good one. Besides my auntie, who is Sydney's mum. Hi. So we went to see that. And that was honestly fucking amazing. Like, I have a video, and if I can somehow get it, we'll put it in. But basically he was like under the stage, and then like they had this really beautiful orchestra, and then he like flung up and he was like, fuck a silver lining. Because
do you mean Brendan?
Brendan. Yeah.
Because there's two of them, isn't there? Well, was two of them.
There were two guys who were singers.
They were like the main ones,
like Ryan, and then Brendan.
All of the. What I mean is, it wasn't like a band, was it?
Well, it was originally.
No, what I mean is,
but now it isn't.
Wasn't it kind of like Paramore when it was like, it's the main three, but on stage there might be 5 or 6?
No, I don't actually know.
Okay.
I just listened to the music and had fun. But yeah, he flew out, and it's like little 14-year-old me just going, oh my God! And I was having such a good time. That's and I adorable. Loved it. But yeah, that was my first ever one. And even though I was completely fucking knackered, we did get a Mackey's on the way home and drove on the motorway, and we was having a really good time.
Tell you what, post-gig fast food.
Oh, nothing better.
Way, way better than post-night out fast food.
Oh yeah,
way better.
Knackered, starving, in pain, go to a Mackey's. Ugh.
So when I was child, my whenever I did go to gigs, because my parents, they've always been to gigs, and so when I started to show interest in like going to gigs, because the music that I listen to just lends itself really well to a live environment.
Oh yeah.
And the bands are usually performing on a way smaller scale, so it's not.
But they have the energy.
Oh, like
energy,
like a scale and how good the gig is have nothing in common for me.
Okay.
So like honestly, the best gigs that I went to.
What do you mean by scale?
Like venue and spectacle.
Oh, okay.
What I mean is what I'm looking for in live music is usually more about the energy and the people around me, rather than I want to see everything like light on fire, or I want to see the Snapchat filter pop up and you tilt your head slightly to the side. Like, you've got to think about what you want, and one of those costs thousands of dollars, and one of them usually costs about 14. So I'll take the 14 one.
Wait, are you good at editing eyes to turn white?
Anyone can do that.
Okay. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be. If you don't edit that, I'm going to be so embarrassed.
If you're not a Taylor Swift, if you're a Taylor Swift fan and you're not embarrassed by that, just like look inward. Like, you have some questions you should ask yourself, because like it's embarrassing.
I think we need to move on from Taylor Swift very swiftly.
Okay. Oh, that was good. So, because my parents were always like, yes, live music. So I had tons of live music experiences, and I went to the. So I'm also really lucky to have the UEA so nearby. Because loads and loads of people, even really big people, still play at the UEA.
Ed Sheeran played there.
Well, he's from here.
Well, yeah. Also, if you like Ed Sheeran, get fucked.
I don't think anyone does anymore.
No, people... Jordan, I'm so sorry, but it's so embarrassing that you like Ed Sheeran. What is appealing about him? He's not cute. I hate his music. Oh, everything about him.
Dude. We're not the target audience. Anyway, So I was really lucky to have 2 really good venues in the city nearby, and the tickets for them were pretty much always pretty cheap. Like, I used to think a really expensive concert ticket was about 28 quid.
No, I know.
Because I know still to this day, I haven't paid over £30 for a concert ticket.
I paid like over 100 for the Panic one.
I have not paid over £30 for any concert that I've been to.
Work.
And so I went to see, I think I was about 15. I went with my best friend at the time, who I don't have any dramatic story about him. We just grew apart because we went to different colleges and stuff. He was really cool though. He was also the friend that I went to see Sonic Boom 6 with.
Oh.
And that was a fucking gay bitch.
Sadly, I can't get into Sonic Boom 6.
I get it. But the energy in that room.
Oh, I could imagine. Their music is very like...
It was a workout. And me and him were right up the barriers the whole time. We were like, because that wasn't only in the waterfront, that was in the waterfront studio, which is a smaller venue upstairs. So it was insane.
So
I
your
will not
ribs
have
got
any words for it. Basically, yeah. And I took one of them out and I went, woo! So I went to a lot of gigs at the UEA and the waterfront, and because they're both really good venues. Both really good venues. There are even more venues in Norwich. Those are just the ones that I've been to. But I went to Dragon Force, which is a power metal band, and they performed at UEA.
That's a cool name.
What, Dragon Force?
Yeah.
They did that song, which through the thunder and the flames, which is the hardest song in Guitar Hero.
Oh yeah.
The one that people like. Yeah, they did that song. And in case you're wondering, all of their music is that fast and that insane. I don't even really like power metal that much, but Dragon Force were just a big band.
Honestly,
so I was like, I'm going.
I want to know if that guitarist's hands are okay. I don't think they can move them with the calluses.
Well, no, they just kind of like, it gets like it builds up to a point, and then like it just kind of becomes one. Like when I was drumming like several times a week, the calluses, they grow, and then they kind of sink in, and they become one. I don't know how else to explain it. That's all I can do for you.
Okay.
But what I like it's like the calluses kind of embed themselves deeper in, and instead of it being a callus, it just becomes like the skin there just becomes stronger.
But doesn't kill you, makes you strong.
So anyway, the only reason I'm telling this story is because on the way back from Dragon Force, this is before I was vegetarian or anything, my mum was like, do you want to stop anywhere for food? And we stopped at a KFC drive-thru, and I had some popcorn chicken.
Oh,
and
dang.
it was amazing. That was the only reason I was talking about that, was because we talked about
food after a concert. I don't like KFC.
I mean, I haven't had it now in like 12 years because I haven't eaten meat that long.
They've once given me food poisoning, and another time I saw a rat run across the road through the drive-thru into the building. So I was like, do you know what? That solidified it for me. I don't want to eat there anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's nasty. Have you ever been to a bad gig? Or maybe one that you were disappointed by?
I've not been to that many, and the only ones... Because the thing is, for you... It was more like, put my hand in the hat, whoever comes out, I'll fucking go. Me?
Honestly, yeah.
Mine was...
That's because it was so cheap.
No, that's fair.
All of the gigs I went to were just cheap.
Mine were, I have an appreciation for this artist, and I really would like to go and see them.
But also, the ones that you have seen, they have been on the larger end of the scale.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to, like, arenas. No?
The only arena one that I've been to was Panic at the Disco. The rest
I was about to say Panic must have been.
Melanie's was like theatre size, because I mean she performed in a theatre, and then I don't know how, but They Found Me, probably a little bit smaller than Waterfront.
Oh, okay.
Do you know
That's
a fun fact venue. Though? At one point, so we were stood in the right, actually, while we're on that, I've not been disappointed by the show, but I had been, I don't know how to put this delicately.
Disappointed by the experience?
No, by the person I was with.
Oh.
Because the thing is, and this is nothing against her at all, even though we're not friends and I particularly don't really like her anymore, obviously, she just wouldn't eat before concerts. Like,
that's stupid.
She was like, I want to look good for them. And obviously there's an underlying issue there. I don't know her anymore, so I don't know what the fuck she's going through. But back then, she would deny anyone trying to claim anything and see like, hey girl, do you need help? And she just wouldn't eat. So when we went to Melanie, and I mean, she wasn't as bad at the Panic one, but as the Melanie one and the I don't know how, but They Found Me one, after a while, she would just feel really sick, and she'd have to like crouch down in the middle of the crowd because she physically couldn't stand up. So I'd like spend half of the experience kind of taking care and making sure she's okay. And I don't know how well, we were stood right in the middle, And he actually got off stage and like walked into the middle of the crowd, which also very risky, but also for the size that he was at the time, it was okay because no one's gonna like fucking jump on him and try and stab him. And he like went in the middle, and funnily enough, she was all the way on the other side because she went to the bathroom to throw up.
Okay.
We were underage, so we couldn't drink either. Like, that's what I mean. Like, she just hadn't eaten, and she was so sick that she went into the bathroom to basically throw nothing up. And then she was like, oh my God, like, come here, come here. And I was like, guys, come here. Like, we're in a really fucking good spot. So then obviously I go over, and then he walks directly where we were stood.
Oh, bless you.
And the worst bit is, he was like saying to everyone, quiet, quiet, quiet. And then this one kid, oh my God, because it was like the joke at the time, just whispered, pickles. And he like looked at her and was like,
dude,
like, you got noticed. I'm glad you got noticed.
Was
but
it
now
worth
you're
it?
going to be remembered as like that one fucking annoying kid. Like, ugh. But yeah, those are the only times that an experience has been kind of like, not ruined, but just kind of like
tinged.
That's the perfect
Tainted
word for it. But at the Melanie one, first off, great concert, because this was at her height.
This was K through 12 that you went, wasn't it?
And everyone was doing like the show and tell dance on TikTok. So everyone's like, oh my God, love this song. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, people forget how big K through 12 actually was when it first came out.
Such a good album.
I mean, I'd never listened to it, but I knew about it when it came out.
I think for me, the songs on Portals, kind of my number one. The aesthetic of K through 12, absolutely bomb. And then I'm not really that bothered about Crybaby. So sorry, shoot me. But K through 12, the performance there was amazing, because obviously through Crybaby she wasn't as big of an artist, and then when it came to K through 12, and then I went to see her in Manchester, which also brings me onto the fan cam story in a second.
Okay.
So I'm very excited for that. And the set design, beautiful. Like, there weren't that many like props. I'll say props. But there was like obviously like the big case for the show and tell thing.
Yeah.
Where she was like dressed as a doll. There was like the backup dancers, fucking phenomenal. The big screen behind her, like everything just worked. And then I see the videos from Portals, and I'm like, she's got a mask on. There's some moss in the background, and she's jigging. And the prices have gone up. Who needs a meet and greet when you can stand next to a pre-recorded video that you can take a photo with? Like, that, honestly, it really,
that was a gag.
Really disappointed me.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
And I was like, oh, I'd love to see the Portals tour, because I fucking loved the album. I've got like a deluxe vinyl with like a signed postcard in it. That's how much like obsessed I was with it, because when Death came out and then she released like the whole thing for like, oh, pre-order the like album with a signed postcard, I was like, Bret, I've already got it. I need this album to be good. And then it was. But yeah, like, she was like sick because, again, she just didn't eat. And it was also really fucking hot in there. So like, imagine not eating, crowded, can't sit down in a massive crowd full of people, and you're like fetus position tucked in on the floor. And I'm not watching Melanie at all, because I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, no, watch the show, it's fine. And it's like, I can't.
Mind you, though, she did kind of have a history of that kind of behaviour.
No, she did. But whatever, we ain't friends anymore.
Like, obviously, relationships with food are very complex, but also, this person was a maniac.
No, she was.
She was an absolute and utter sociopath, and she was incredibly manipulative and just ugly. So, if you're feeling any sympathy for her, honestly, kind of don't.
Yeah.
Which really sucks to say, because, I mean, to be fair, we're two people that have very odd histories and relationships with food, but she probably does have her own relationship with food, but like, why is it only then, and why are you using it for that?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, she was also incredibly fat.
You're appropriating my culture.
Stop it. So, yeah, there was that. But onto the fan cam story to kind of pick the vibes back up. So whilst I was in secondary, I tried out the app Yubo, which at the time was yellow.
I've never heard of
Honestly, the only way I'd be able to describe
never
it.
heard of that. Like
And
musically?
I was just gonna say, no. The only way I'd describe it is like Tinder for kids.
Ew. Okay.
Because it's like, make friends on this app, and you can be like 13 to like 40. And it's like, make friends.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know what the age range is anymore. It changes.
To be fair, most apps like that don't exist now.
No, it's true. For a reason.
13 to 40?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, to be fair, it could be like 13 to 18. I don't fucking remember.
Still weird.
Don't fact check me. But yeah, I'd like gone on there because I was like, like everyone keeps talking about it. Why not? So then I'd matched with 2 people, actually. One was called Jacob. He was a real sweetheart, and he said he had a crush on me at some point, but I wasn't fully in terms of the fact of being a fag. So I very sadly shut him down. But I did see him at the concert because he was stood quite a bit in front of me, and I gave him a big old hug, and that was the first and last time I ever saw him.
That's sweet,
And he smelled like BO, and he was so sweaty, and I was like,
it's a gig, though.
Concert.
Everyone smells at a concert.
But it was so lovely to see him. But then on the upper deck, with one of the guys that was sitting down, was someone that I'd spoken to. Name forgotten, thank God. He had a bit of a weird face.
Okay.
But he was obsessed with himself.
Ooh.
It was honestly the vanity and vainness that this boy carried. I aspire to be that delusional.
Was it like almost astounding?
Yes.
It goes past being cringy and becomes something to behold.
Oh, and do you want to know why that was? Because he made a sexual fan cam of himself, put it on his Yubo, and then, well, he's yellow, and really held it to like the highest standard. And he was like, yeah, I'm like really hot. And I was like, oh my God, I love that delusion, but you're like actively not. And then obviously like he was stood up at the concert. It was like, oh my God, I didn't see you. And it's like, I didn't want to see you.
Honestly, there's no argument to be made. Like, yeah, terrible. Probably don't do that. But also, how admirable.
Yeah. I mean, 2 minds about it.
Like to be that level of like, no one can tell me shit. Why not live like that?
The thing is, there is an incredibly thin line between
to be 3.
No. Between self-indulgence and confidence.
That's true.
Because I feel like...
To be fair, he sounds like a textbook narcissist to me.
Oh, absolutely. But also, I just want to say, the word sociopath and narcissist coming out of your mouth within 5 minutes. Put a pin in it.
What do you mean put a pin in it?
Oh, it's such a buzzword at the moment.
What is?
Narcissist, sociopath, psychopath. I don't know what it is.
But every time I've used it, it's been accurate.
Oh, no, it has. But
I'm not just throwing it around.
I just love...
We're just covering the hard stuff today, apparently.
Straight white people on like TikTok and stuff being like, my ex was a narcissist, abusive, psychopath, sociopath.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, you can just say they're a bad person.
I love seeing videos like that, and when someone is talking about why someone is a sociopath or a psychopath or whatever, and you watch the whole video and you realize that they've used the wrong one.
Yeah.
Because they obviously think it's like the same word, or they just get them confused. I think it's very funny. I think people being misinformed is quite funny.
I think Shane Dawson kind of brought it back because he was doing all those documentaries. Because of all his
like clickbaity stuff.
No. He did all those documentaries of like Jake Paul and stuff, and then he started using the word like sociopath, psychopath, and then all of a sudden,
that's true.
After that,
did.
I don't know what it is, but since he did that, the word just fucking blew up.
And also, can we talk about the like? Because what Shane Dawson did do is he like true crimeified nothing. Because if you like, I actually put my hands up. I actually watched the Jeffree Star one. First of all, it's kind of boring.
Oh yeah, I watched a little bit.
I watched all of it.
Oh,
but that was also, I think, at a similar time that the entire Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tati Westbrook shit happened. It was in the same time frame.
Oh, that was phenomenal.
Oh no, yeah, that was phenomenal. But that was like it kind of all happened in the same sphere, and me and Damla stayed very on top of that. Like all the time, we'd be coming into like uni the next day being like, did you see it? And I'll be like, yeah, I saw it. Did you see it? Because I feel like everyone talked about that regardless.
Oh, that was amazing. I'm not even joking.
I did not follow any of them. But did I keep up to date with the entire thing? Of course I fucking did.
I remember walking between classes once and then getting a notification that a new video had dropped about the drama, and I stopped. Everyone had already gone to class, like the courtyard was empty. It was actually a car park, and I stood there for the full 20-30 minutes and just watched the video.
I get it.
I was like, I can't not watch it.
No, I get it.
And then I walked to class, told nobody about it.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. I mean, honestly, it's very strange because that was the one instance of drama that I feel like enveloped everyone. Do you know what I mean? I feel like every single person in the world was intrigued and involved in that drama. I think it was insane. Because honestly, it's the only YouTuber drama that I have ever actually been interested. There was just something about it. There was something about...
Because it was real.
The first video that Tati Westbrook put out, there was something about it.
Sucking dick and cock.
It was...
And you did it at my birthday
too
dinner.
iconic for its own good.
No, it was.
And there was something that just like spiritually caught everyone from that video. Because at the time... I mean, James Charles has been exposed to all sorts of stuff since then.
Yeah.
But at the time, he was untouchable.
No, he was.
No one had said a bad word about him.
The thing is, though, with every new video that came out about it, I was siding with never sided with Jeffree Star, but with Tati and James, every time new information and new tea dropped, I was like, I'm siding with the other one now. And then the other thing had come out and I'd be like, okay, now there's new facts. But also... that kind of reminds me of a Jaden Animations thing where she was talking
Love you,
about... Love you, Jaden. Where she was talking about context.
Mm.
And okay, get your face off that. Thank you. He had his face on the microphone. So she was like, oh, a dog bit a kid. Okay, then put the dog down. Yeah, but the kid was like antagonizing the dog.
Put the kid down.
Yeah, basically. And then it just like went on and on and on. And it was like every new piece of like thing that comes out, it's more context. And then you're constantly siding with different people. Okay, what have I said that's stupid that you're going to correct me on?
Literally nothing.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So, don't worry.
I'm too used to it by now. You do that little face.
I haven't crafted that sort of environment around you, have I?
No.
Oh, okay. Good. But no, what I was saying is that thing that Jaden Animations did is just a fantastic example of media literacy in general.
Oh god, yeah.
Because it's honestly now more than ever, context matters a fucking lot, especially with how news is reported and how shit filters through social media and God knows what. Like, it matters more than ever. And so just in this episode being released today would only really make sense in the context of Katy Perry's new song just recently being released as well, and us being fueled by the hatred of it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see her book massive venues and not fill them. That's what you get.
Yeah.
You have sown your seeds, enjoy your fruit.
J-Lo.
That was really funny.
That's so embarrassing.
I will say I'm very sorry to be a negative Nancy, but
I'm not.
I have reveled in the Schadenfreude of Katy Perry, and I'm really sorry. But that's only because I don't see why people that like make it big don't call it quits. Like imagine if Katy Perry stopped after, to be fair, I can't actually name many of her songs, but imagine if she stopped at the height of her fame, And then she would forever be like, oh my God, I can't believe she stopped then. Now it's just like, what's she doing now?
Well, you're carrying on.
Like, you're about to release
got to be an end.
You're going to release a third flop album in a row? For what?
For who?
You? Are you not embarrassed?
No, that's true.
Are you not embarrassed? If she was making cool music, I'd completely change my tune.
I wouldn't. If she
was like actively reinventing herself and doing something new all the time, I'd change my tune.
Can I ask you a very interesting question?
You can, but it's going to be the last one of the episode.
We didn't talk about gigs that much.
Well, we've been talking for like an hour 15.
Oh, work. So, I'm under the impression that I just came up with of if the whole thing with Dr. Luke wasn't a thing, she was with a really good, talented artist, and that song was released, do you think the tune would have been changed and that everyone would have praised it as a good feminine bop, or at least said, it's average? Do you think the fact that Dr. Luke's name on it is what's tainted it the most?
No. Is the song exactly the same?
Yeah.
In this context that you are crafting. No, everyone would still hate it.
I just think it adds a lot of.
It's 2010. It's 2010. I think what it does is it legitimizes not giving it the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. It's like you're writing a feminist banger while
working with
employing misogynists and abusers. It is automatically it's a null point. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That, like, it makes it not even worth discussing. It's not only shooting yourself in the foot. What did I say earlier? Oh, I said if you're gonna shoot a gun, make sure the barrel isn't facing you.
Yeah, that was good.
And I said it even better earlier. I can't remember what wording I used, but like that's what she's done. Like the fact that at no point during her thought process she thought that the fact that it was Dr. Luke would matter shows that there wasn't much thought process. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I love? That when Kesha had a camera shoved in her face and we're like, oh, what do you think about Katy Perry working with Dr. Luke? And everyone was like, that's fucking disgusting, shove it in Katy's face. And the moment they shoved it in Katy's face, she was like, I pretend I do not see.
I know, she literally hid her... She like rolled her window up or fucking something, didn't she?
No, she did that
Ridiculous.
thing from that like Mickey Mouse show where Daisy? Yeah, where she's like, oh, sorry, I can't hear you. The window's up, see? And like she's in a convertible with the roof down. Like that's exactly what she did.
But it's just crazy to me. I think that if you're cowering away from people asking you who you're working with, then you know you've done wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know you've done wrong. And if she can't look Kesha in the face, then she's done something wrong.
Yeah.
She knows that she's done something wrong. Every time she's on live and someone brings it up, she cuts the live straight away. Like,
I didn't know that.
It's happened like 4 times. And I'm sorry, but she has built the house. She must now live in it. And I would just like to highlight again, this has been a fantastic year for women in music, women in mainstream music.
Young women
in mainstream music, it's been a huge year for newbies and for people that have been around for a while.
Ariana Grande.
Because Ariana Grande is a wonderful example of someone who is on that level and has been for maybe like only a slightly shorter amount of time than Katy Perry, but she's been around for a while and she's making fantastic fucking music.
And also she has a good track record.
And she's got a wonderful track record. And like you can tell that her heart and soul is going into the stuff. And the fact that she is doing it and putting her heart and soul into it, and the fact that it's not cookie cutter music that's like, being a woman is great. Ariana Grande is saying being me is great and I happen to be a woman, which I think is more powerful. It's kind of like what Hunter Schafer said that we've mentioned on the show before. It's like Hunter Schafer once said that she thinks that as a trans actress, she would have more of an impact, or more of a non-impact, so to say, as playing like if she played cis characters, as well as trans characters. And I was like, hell yeah, that makes perfect sense. And that's kind of it's kind of the same thing. It's like you can make music about being a woman. Like these, like many of the people that we've mentioned in this conversation has been like people like Chapel Roan being very open about their queerness and being a queer woman,
and also
serving, and
bringing drag into mainstream media as well.
Yeah, bring it that. Yeah, because she is a drag queen. And Billie Eilish releasing her little lesbian banger, Lunch, and
Luncheon.
Fucking hell, haven't even mentioned Renee Rapp.
Oh my god, yeah,
making some absolute not only good pop bangers, but also some fucking smooth R&B, dude.
Oh yeah,
fucking smooth R&B. Like early Destiny's Child level of smooth. Like Tummy Ache.
No, tummy hurts, you're in love with her.
So good. And like there are women making music about being a woman, and it's all so good. It's all so lovely. Why did Katy Perry do that?
Yeah.
The inspiration is everywhere, and she could have it's a huge well, and she could have tapped into it. And instead she made that with Dr. Luke.
It's kind of a slap in the face.
Like, what were you thinking? Anyway, I'm going to be mad about it forever. I'm going to be mad about it forever.
I mean, I also kind of want to say a little thing about Ari. Which also, I'm so happy that you just got so passionate about Ariana then. That was so cute.
Well, the thing is, she deserves props.
No, she does.
And one thing about me, I will never give props unless props are deserved. But I will always give props when props are deserved. Because in my opinion, you can earn as much money as you want. The hardest thing to earn is respect.
Oh.
Katy Perry is a wonderful example of that. She had everyone's respect. And she fucking spent it all. And now she's doing this.
She had a DLC on The Sims for what?
She was the bitch.
She was.
She was king bitch for so long. And if she'd have just... If she'd have just gone like... and then just left it. She would have been this like absolute and utter diva that rocketed, had a great time while she was up there, and then, you know, started a foundation. Like, you could have done that, and instead you chose to make 3 bad albums. And again, Lady Gaga, another fantastic example. So like, she doesn't even release that much music now. Like, she's obviously, it's Lady Gaga.
Very highly regarded.
She's doing all sorts of shit, but that's because she keeps on making good music.
Yeah.
When she released that remix album, it was full of absolutely insane producers, and that obviously had been sought out to do it.
She's also very versatile.
Incredibly versatile. Like, I mean, it's Lady Gaga. I don't need to explain how good Lady Gaga is. It's Lady Gaga.
But
I will die on the hill that Donatella is one of her best songs.
Donatella. Honestly, mine's Americano.
I don't know that one.
Americano.
I have not heard that.
Fair. But also, my favourite Kesha song, Take It Off.
It is a good one.
But also, Now Joyride's kind of up there. But one thing
is that the one that's like, there's a hole in the wall, is it a free for all?
Yeah.
That is
what I
song.
used to do as a kid, before I get into my final statement, when I was a kid, and my mum was like asleep on the sofa, I went onto the family computer, and this was before my sister deleted the album, which I'm still so fucking angry about. You
we're
daft
angry.
Cunt.
Angry.
Why'd you do that? Like, dead ass. So we had the full Kesha album on, like whichever one that was, and I would listen to that song.
What, her first one with like the gold glitter and everything?
Yeah.
Was it called Riot?
Probably. I don't know.
Something like that.
But I used to listen to that a lot, and I obviously as a child didn't have money, so for Father's Day I had a little CBeebies magazine, and it had like a little photo frame in it which was foam, and it had a gold glitter on it. So I used to rub the gold glitter on myself and listen to that song and dance at like, I don't know, 7 in the morning while someone was asleep on the couch.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
It's adorkable.
Mm.
No, I put a K in it because of TikTok. It was quite the leap. I didn't explain it. I'm really sorry.
That's okay. I do that a lot. I'm glad that you
do
finally
that a
gave
lot.
me a taster of that. But yeah, my final statement is, what I appreciate about Ariana is from Positions to Eternal Sunshine, what I love about the two of them. So with Positions, you've got songs like Point of View and stuff like that, which is obviously like a very sexy, a very sensual album. And then you've got POV, which is like just, I think she recorded the music video for it, which got leaked, which also fuck the people that do that.
Leaking's ugly, dude.
It is so gross.
Call it what it is. You're stealing.
Yeah. You're crooks, pirates, thieves. Ari quote.
Yeah.
So POV, just purely about the love that she has for Dalton. And then obviously they got divorced. And then when you go to Eternal Sunshine, and if you've watched the movie, which a lot of people were like, what does this actually like mean? Like, what's the music video? And I was like, watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
It's a great movie.
Honestly, I watched
Fantastic
that
movie.
after listening to it, and I was like, this album makes so much more sense now. Also, fucking amazing movie.
Great movie.
Jim Carrey in that, I did not expect that from him, but God, he ate.
I have a massive crush on him in that movie. I think he's adorable in
That's
that movie.
fair.
I think he's adorable.
But it's such
Got
a
that
beautiful
little fluffy brown
message.
hair.
But like the whole message of just like, you've got to have these experiences to learn and move from them. You can't just erase them from your mind, because
Yeah,
it
that's the
doesn't
whole
fucking
idea.
work like that. And then to go from that to her literally saying in interviews and stuff, being like, this album to me is me getting back in touch with that little girl and getting back in touch with that theatre and more chill, and just not doing all of these pop concerts where I was starving myself and doing all of these things which were making me so unhappy. And I was at the height of my career, but arguably the unhappiest I've ever been. But to then do Eternal Sunshine, where she said, I've had all of these experiences, but I'm kind of like going back inwards and just saying like, I'm Ariana Grande. I am that little girl. I want to get back in touch with her. And even though all of these bad things have happened, I'm not going to erase my mind of it, because we have these experiences and we live and we move on, because that's what makes us people. That's what makes us stronger, the experiences that we have. And I thought that was beautiful.
And that's why she is a fantastic example of someone, of a woman who is making music about being a woman and not saying,
I'm a woman.
I am a woman. Like, I am woman. Like, get over
Also,
it.
Beyonce released Who Run the World Girls. Like, that's enough. Leave it at that.
Can women call it quits now?
Yeah.
Is that all they
Like, if you're going to make deep music as a woman, everyone else. If you want to make a girly pop bop, Beyonce's done it. Point blank period. We do not need Katy Perry's new song, because Beyonce's is already there. And it also had really good choreography.
Choreography that almost everyone still knows now.
Yeah.
Like if people just do the hand and they're like, that single ladies.
Yeah. She stole that dance.
Fun.
Fosse.
Oh, she didn't. That's not stealing. That's referencing.
Oh no, I watched like a whole video about someone saying like, oh, she stole the choreography, she stole the vibe, stole the song. Like, apparently like a lot of her stuff's apparently stolen. I don't know what the full fact is. I
But
just watched the
also,
video.
like, you can everyone references Fosse.
Okay, well, obviously that was a statement too big for these last 5 minutes, so I'm just going to put a pin in that.
And also, I
don't care
I'm gonna end on quoting my favorite Ariana Grande quote. Ask me a question. It can be any question. It doesn't matter.
Who's your favourite character from Bluey?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
Which is my personal favorite Ariana. First of all, it's bingo. Second of all, that's my favorite Ariana Grande quote. Either that or, bitch, give me my cookie.
Bitch, that's my juice. Give me my cookie. Or even better, I want to see that written down on paper.
She's got so many. She's a woman of many talents.
Kylie gave
Tweeting
me
is one
her
of them.
lip kits, like 2 or 3 lip kits. What's in the lip kits? the lip kits. But with that, thank you so much for sitting on our wet bench. Have a good rest of your day, dude.
This was meant to be about gigs. I might call it something else.
Yeah,
but
something unspeakable.
But yeah, it's been nice to record again.
Yeah, it has. We've had too much time off.
After a little bit of time off.
Our PTO's ran out.
After our our mid-season break.
Yeah, fuck it.
That was our mid-season break. Don't know how long our season's going to be, but anyways, have a good rest of your day or a good rest of your evening, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.
Love you.
Bye. Me too.